Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Good, so last session we did work on things. What do we do? So I was thinking about a thing. In the previous commit, we added a blocking call. Where is this? Here, wait. So let me do a stash. Rebase. And then remove non-functional copyright string. Remove. Here. So blocking wait. So I was thinking that maybe we should already implement the other wait in there, because there's a problem with the blocking wait that it blocks the window from like clicking and so on, pumping messages, window messages. So I wonder we should add this already there. So do async wait. And then we add this here. And then this. Wait until milliseconds ms. Okay, and then here that's and then here we do async waits, 1000, and then we can remove this blocking wait here. Blocking wait. There we go. Let's see if that works. Okay, let's run that. Let's see if it works. So after the EA logo, there should be a short 1 second pause. Yeah. Okay, cool. Then we take that, fix up. Okay, async, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then we do another rebase, and hopefully without conflicts, but I think there will be. Yeah. No, I went through. Look at that. Okay, but there will be now a conflict when we do stash pop. There we go. Good. Then that should compile now. Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't. Because we have another function here. Okay. Display string. Okay. So we now need to call the draw function essentially. So the question is, how do we do that in the game client? Do we actually have the game client? We do. The game client. So how about we add a function here? Step. Class intro. Snapshot. Intro, get intro, return intro. Okay. Or do we have a draw function here? Hold on. Oh, we have a draw function. Then how about we don't do that, and instead we do void draw let's see, after update virtual void draw void update step, the display step. Step. What is that doing? To one fixed time step. Okay, and then we have a draw. Okay, then we say here if intro is not null ptr, then intro draw. Okay, and then we should be able to say in yeah, where do we call draw now? Let's go to game engine. Let's just let's search for draw functions. Let's see who's calling draw. Display is calling draw. Yeah, mouse. Display draw. If intro is not null. We could also draw directly in here. Intro draw. Could do that. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I'm not sure though if that will work. It might not work. Let's see. The delay would be controversial because usually pro players would put units in a control group and press it once the Chinook is landed. Yeah, but then it can be commits. Yes, but the exit delay can be controlled with any setup. So retail behavior can be restored. Yeah, so change is already marked as controversial. Hmm. 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 Good. So I am suspicious that this will work because I have the impression that the draw needs to be within the begin render end render. It probably can't be before that, but I'm also not sure. Okay, that looks unexpected. Is that because of the draw we added here, or not? Or because we overloaded this function, that could also be. Draw. Display draw. Let's remove this. Okay, now it works. But then it stops. Ah, right. Okay, so the draw doesn't work, basically. That's my takeaway. Yeah, game client. Display draw. The display draw. So what I find weird is that here we first update and then we draw, but here we first draw and then we update. What? Why? So the display, W3D display draw. So it will draw. So we'll update views. Yeah, so how do we deal with this? It looks like the draw functions need to be called from here, right? Draw views. What is this doing? Draw view. Draw. I would say we call here the game client draw. Yeah. Then we remove this here. And then we go to the game client. Like this. So this might work. So basically we just like to see some text. There we go. We see some text. Look at that. Okay. I mean, it looks very wild, but we see text. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it looks wild. Okay, so, but we can work with that. Yeah. Then the next step is, the next step is go to intro. So we need to align these guys a little bit better, right? The question is, how do we do that? Async wait. Set word wrap. So draw X, Y. Yeah. So how do we set the, I think we need to set like this clip region thingy, right? So I think for starters, we do, clip region. So clip region. Man, this the way this is set up is really complicated with the clip region. Yeah. X, Y, X, Y, X. Yeah, let's just do a text. So we say here X, Y. Yeah. And then I don't know, X plus, I don't know, we just use fixed 1000, yeah. And Y plus, I don't know, 200, yeah. Okay. Maybe that's a little bit little. Let's do 500, yeah. Okay, so let's see how that looks. And here we also do 500, yeah. Good, let's see. And then we need to do clip region here. Yeah. Okay, how about we put this up here? This here, yeah. There we go. Okay, let's see if that looks any good. Clip region. There we go. Oof. Well, that still looks very bad. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. Hmm. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure how we use this. It's a collaboration. Okay, let's do a 0, 0, 0, and the display get width, yeah, and the display get height. And so it should now draw. It should now be able to draw over the entire screen comfortably, right? Let's see. No, it's not. Okay, that's weird. Well, that's a shame. Why is this not working? Clip region. We probably first need to set the clip region and then draw. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Although, I'm not sure. It's still broken. Okay, why is this not working correctly? How do we figure this out? Let me find other places where it sets a clip region, yeah, and see how they use it. So, text entry. Width, font height, clip region, yeah, and then text draw. Yeah, clearly that should work. Set clip region. Enable clipping, false. That's the display, set clip region. String, set clip region, draw. Column region. Yeah. Draw. How much space will this text take up? How much space? Yeah, okay, I don't understand how this is supposed to be set up. The problem, it's not clear to me what the clip region actually entails. This is not clear. Clip text in this region. What does that actually mean? Does it mean it will properly word wrap the text inside this region or not? Or that just means that if it goes outside this region, it's invisible and inside it's visible, but it doesn't make any guarantees of centering or word wrapping in there or anything. I don't understand. Highlight pass, height, highlight pass. Build clip rect. Set clip region. There must be some way. 0, 0. Width, height. Set clip region. X, Y. Let's do a smaller number here. Yeah, I don't understand how the width, the height, how is this happening? Like, we set a large clip region, but we still see word wrapping going on in a region smaller than the actual entire screen region. So how is this supposed to work? Look, I mean, this looks totally wrong. It looks totally broken. I don't understand. I don't understand. It's probably there's some very fundamental mistake we do here. Probably something super simple. It's so simple that we don't see it. I think that's what's happening here. It's so simple we don't see it. Because it's just taken for granted that you see this. But right now I don't see it. Yeah. I don't see it, but we should see it. Why not? Why don't we see it? Clip region. I mean, clearly it sets up a region like this, and then it draws it at X, Y. X, Y. Clip region. I don't know what to say about this. Main menu. Shit. Yeah. Okay, but we can already center it like this here. There we can copy. So we can do const int screen width, screen W to display, get width, and screen H, screen height. Okay, and then screen W, screen H. Okay, and then do we do here clip region? Then we do int text X, text Y. So that would be const X is X plus We do a 0 here. X and okay, then here we have x plus how about we just say constant y array say 100, 200, 400, something like this. Yeah. And then here we do static assert. Array size, y array. Size, no, array size equals this. Correct. Array size. Okay, and then here we do get text, get size. So we have int text size x, text size y. Okay, and then how about we do core to the e core to the texts. Text.x, text.y, and then we do text, text.x, divided by 2. Text.y divided by 2. And text.x minus equal text 0 position y. How about we say text x divided by 2 screen width divided by 2 plus this minus minus text. That's it. Y, H, Y, like this. Okay, and then so text X, and then here we do text.x, text.y. And then we still need to do here plus Y. Or yeah, the plus. Let's do Y array I. There we go. Then we no longer need this here. Move this. Okay, so this should now draw the text in the center at 100, 200, 400. Yeah. Now that's set. I think we need to write this a bit differently here. Get height. Let's do divide by 3. Yeah, divide by 3. Do maybe we do 4, 4. We have 2 times and 3 times. Like this, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Can I do 1 times? Oh boy. Okay, it is centered, but it's not at the position that I was hoping. So the Y array is 300, 600, 900. Weird. By the way, this is wrong. This one just needs to be Y array. Yeah. Or yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Still looks wild, but it is in the center, somewhat, right? Why is it so broken? It's weird. Yeah. Why is it so broken? I really don't understand. I may put here like an insane number. Maybe that's a bit too insane. That looks pretty big. Hmm. I'm surprised that it's so difficult to draw this text with these functions. Why is it so weird? That I don't understand. So x, okay, and y, 300, okay. And then we set the clip region. So that's full screen, yeah? The clip region. And yeah, the clip region already is that. So nothing new here, and then we draw. Yeah. Text render. Yeah, I don't know why this doesn't work. Fill texture. Strange. Clip region. Yeah, why is this so weird? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense for it to be that weird. We would expect that it just draws a text inside the clip region and it just does a word wrap when it hits the border of that region. And the border is the edge of the screen. So the edge of the window. So why is it screwing up like that? I don't understand. Region. Set clip region. Set clip region. Oh. One MS elapsed. Yeah. How do we figure this out now? How this exactly works? Without stepping deep into this code. Set clip region. Get size. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah, okay. It's fair to say I can't understand how this works. We see examples of this working. I mean, clearly it works in other screens. But why does it not work here? What do we need to do? Centered, set clever region. Draw the text. Origin +7. Origin. Set clip region. Origin X +7. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Init the clip region. How does this work? How does this work? Hmm. Maybe this word wrap center doesn't work properly. Let's comment this out. Maybe there's a bug. That's the way it works. Hmm. 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 Okay, that looks different. That looks different, yeah. Ah. Okay, it still does a weird it still is weird that there is a that there's a word wrap uh, that we don't it's not writing it into one line, right? It seems to me that the clip region doesn't work for some reason. Are we misusing it somehow? Clip region, start X, draw image, draw. Set clip region. Hmm. 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 Oh, I don't know. How can we figure this out? I'm really surprised that drawing a text is so difficult in this engine. It shouldn't be this difficult. Why is this so made so difficult? I don't understand. We just want to set a region for this text, and it totally falls apart. Set clip region. How do we do that? Set clip region. Clip region. We want to set a region 0, 0. How do we do that? I don't know. I don't know how to do it. For some reason, we cannot position the text correctly. We cannot set a clip region for it. Why not? Is it too large? And then it falls apart. Is the font too large? What is the problem actually? Maybe the clip region starts from the X position that it's drawn at. Maybe that's it. Clip region. I don't understand. Yeah, so it's clear that the I don't understand. I don't understand. I really don't understand. Let me test again with the word wrap centered. So weird. So weird. Well, I guess it's a good opportunity to learn more about the text. I see there are some glitches. I saw 2 bugs already with the text. Like there's, you see there's like this dot next to the big H, for example. You see that? So there's something wrong with the pixels. And then, yeah, the centering word wrap, that looks totally broken. And there was another bug. When it did a word wrap without the centering, then the space was wrapped to the next line, but it should probably not be wrapped. It should probably be omitted when it does a wrap line, and it should remove the space and not print the space, I think. Yeah. Anyway, so So it looks total ass. It looks absolute total ass. This word wrap center. This is used anywhere. Jesus. What happened? Oh my goodness. How did that happen now? Oh my gosh. No. No. What is this? Oh my gosh. How did this happen? I don't want it to be like this. Oh my gosh. How do I get rid of this? How can I pull this out again? Do I now need to pull out all tools from here? Oh my gosh. Why is this tool so bad? Look at this. Now I need to pull out all the guys to get rid of this again, or what? What is this? Oh my gosh. Hey. What is this? Hey, either I'm totally incompetent or all this bullshit here is super bugged. The game is bugged, the tools are bugged, everything is fucking broken. What is this? Why do I need to do this now? Now it got rid of this bullshit, and now what? I don't understand. Did it look like that before? I don't know. It does it. Why does it do like... What is this? What is this? Why does this suddenly happen? I don't understand. Who decided that the tool should do this? This kind of docking. It's really bad. Hey. It makes me so mad. This makes me so mad. This design for docking is so bad. Why? Someone at Microsoft has absolute retardation. Like total retardation. How can they design it like this? It's such a nonsense design. Hey, I know I put it there again. Hey, I can't deal with this. I can't. I really can't recall if it ever looked like this. Like, I don't understand why there's this tab group 2 suddenly coming. And why can I not undock the tab group 2? Like, why is this docked this way? I don't want it to be docked that way. I want it to be docked. I want it to be docked. Also not like this. I don't understand. Did we have a dock like this before? I can't recall. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Hmm. 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 I don't understand what's going on here. Okay, so we have some of these guys here. It really makes me so mad, this behavior from these tools. Okay, so there are other places that use word wrap centered, yeah. So someone used it, but I mean, it totally looks super broken. Like, what is this? What is this? Hmm. Hmm. So I really don't understand what's going on here with the clip region. It makes absolutely no sense to me that this doesn't work. I don't understand it. I really don't understand how this is supposed to work. Like, it's clearly that we put the clip region across the entire screen. And yet, the text does not want to draw correctly. It doesn't want to work. Okay, how about we do the following? We draw at 0. Now let's see what happens then. Yeah, let's try to understand the nonsense that's going on here. So we do 0 and we don't do word wrap centered. Yeah, so we just draw. We draw from left to right. Yeah, really simple. The most simple, starting from 0, x 0, all the way to the end. We want to draw. Yeah, no centering, nothing. Yeah, just a simple left to right draw. Let's see how that will look. Yeah. It's still not quite right. As you can see, the big text, yeah, it's wrapping. Why is it wrapping? Like, it should print all the way up to the end. Like, it's the text is not long enough to reach the other end. Why is it wrapping? It looks like that at every space it wraps. At every space. Why? Is clip region the correct function? Is there some other function we need to call, like set size? Set? No? Is there maybe a limit to the size? I don't understand. Clip text in this region, yeah. Oh, I think I'm retarded. Yeah, that's the most likely. The most likely possibility. Oh, it does nothing. Set clip region does nothing. Oh. 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 No. Oh, that's fantastic. Wow, cool. Great. Oh, hold on. Aha. There's another one. Aha, okay. It does something. Assign new region. Clipping rect. Set clipping rect. New region and renderer. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. 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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. It looks like there's something wrong. How about we do? Hmm. Let me put this member string at 10. Yeah, let's make this a bit smaller. Yeah. We need to understand what the hell is going on there. It somehow does not want to draw in this region. Maybe there's a bug with the region code. But then how would this ever work with other things? Clearly the region does work. So for example, it works with tooltips. We know that when we hover things, right? But it doesn't work here. Look, like everything just wraps the way it wants, right? Like there's no... Okay, let's comment this out. Let's look at a tooltip, yeah? Mm-hmm. Hmm. So let's search for set clip region. Yeah. So tooltip display string. So when we go here, solo. So there's a tooltip string, right? Let's find a longer one. Like no. Here. So here we have a tooltip string. But this one looks like it's manual. Manual. Yeah. This one looks like an automatic. Okay, so this one is definitely an automatic line break. Yeah. And this metal. Okay, so if we put a breakpoint here, then clip region. Oh, yeah, okay. Display string. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this one definitely works. It sets a clip region and it draws. And then it does a highlight section. What is that? Huh. Okay, it draws a tooltip string twice. Why? Highlight width. Okay, I don't know why it prints it twice. Highlight, shadow, highlight section, clip rect, build clip rect. Highlight pass, clip region. Enum. I don't understand why it's drawing it twice, but it works and it does clip. It has a region and it just works, right? So why can't we replicate this? I don't understand. Maybe we think it works, but maybe it just actually doesn't. What happens if we remove this clip region? So let's say we remove this, yeah, and this, yeah, like this. And then we compile that and then we look at it. What will happen now? Will it look the exact same? Maybe maybe the clip region never worked. Right? Maybe it's just a fixed region. And it never worked, and they just assumed it worked. Well, that would be something. So, let's see. Skirmish. Huh. Okay, it's yellow now. But the clip region is at the same length. Okay, it's interesting that it's yellow now. I'm so confused. Maybe the clip region has nothing to do with the boundaries. Maybe it's something completely different, like just a region in which it will. What is this initialized to? W3D display string. Clipping rect. Clip region. What is this initialized to? 0. Let's see. Yeah, I have the suspicion that this set clipping rect has nothing to do with the region it can draw into, but it's just like if it's outside this clipping rect, it's not shown. Yeah. And by default, it's just shown everywhere. It doesn't have a clipping region. That's what I suspect is happening here. By the way, what's going on here now? Why is this here? Okay. Yeah, so okay, that would explain this. Okay, so it's not what we think it is. The clipping rect is okay. Then how do we set the word wrap rect or whatever? Wrapping width. Oh, set word wrap. Oh, what is this? Oh, we pass an integer. Oh my goodness! I thought we passed it. We passed true or false. Oh, see, I told you there's a simple answer to this stupid question. Now we took 1 hour or so to figure this out. 1 hour, easy 1 hour to realize this stupid mistake. I'm telling you, retardation is kicking in here. Probably a long time ago already. Man, I feel stupid. Okay, so the issue is, so what we do is word wrap Yeah, so we don't set true. We say, let's do without this here for now. So what we do is we don't set a clip region. Yeah, forget about that bullshit. Yeah, no clip region. Instead, we do a set word wrap, and so we start here. Screen. Well, I'm not sure. Well, let's make an experiment. Set word wrap. Let's set it to. Yeah, well. Let's set it to screen W divided by word wrap. Divided by maybe we do times 0.75. Yeah. Maybe we do 5 by 4 plus minus. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Oh man. Okay, let's see how that looks. So word wrap is now 75% of the width. And we have it centered. And let's see. By the way, we need to extend the time here. Man, I feel stupid. Really. Okay, but as long as you make progress, it's all good, right? Yeah. Making progress. Okay. Aha. Okay. That looks more like it. Aha. Okay, that works. Okay. I still see like some artifacts there with the font. But I guess it's fine. Okay, then let's change this to 20 again. URL size looks okay. Then let's move this a bit up. So let's say put here. Maybe we do it to Homer. Let's try that. So blah blah blah. Yeah. How about we do? How about we split the constant screen h screen height chunk Screen age divided by, let's divide by 20 or so. Yeah, 20. And then we say 1. Let's do like, I don't know. 5 times, I'm just guessing now, like this, and then we do 8 times the chunk like this, and then 12 times this. Yeah, just guessing. We can then adjust that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, it doesn't look too bad. Yeah. 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 We can try some other fonts maybe, but this one looks pretty nice. So Tahoma, or what else can we try? So Tahoma is not bad. Times New Roman. Yeah. That's a classic, right? You can also do Lucida Console maybe. Basically any fonts that were in Windows XP we can try, because these are pretty much the standard Windows fonts. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Yeah, I don't like that. Lucida Console. This looks very programmer-ish, I would say. Let me see. Windows XP fonts. Arial, Batang, Calibre. Can we see? Ah, here we see samples. Okay, Calibre, yeah. Cascadia Code. That doesn't look too bad. I like that. So, Courier New. It looks like a typewriter. Impact. Okay. Okay. Here, this one, Lucida Console. That's what we have right now. But yeah, it looks. Yeah, that looks bad. Oof. No. Let's try this Cascadia Code. That one looks interesting. Cascadia Code. Cascadia Code. Candara, Cambria. Yeah, if this looks smooth, then I think this would look pretty cool. Consolas, we can also try that. Consolas. Yeah. Well, it's looks like it's a monofont. Okay, that's actually not too bad. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, the screen age. Let's do a -5 divided by 5. Actually, let's do y array and then w array. So w array divided by 4. Screen. W array. Say text width. Can remove this. Okay. Okay, we're making progress here. There, constant, blah blah. Okay. So we can also do here w. Oh, we can't do that. Oh. It looked like it moved over for one frame. Am I wrong or right? It looked weird for one frame. Let's repeat that again. Let's look carefully. The first frame it comes up. It looks like it shifts over for a moment. What is that about? Watch closely. Yeah, it clipped over. It looks like it needs like a frame or so to adjust. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, I guess you can remedy that by doing a short fade in, right? That's a bit. Well, we fix that bug. I guess it happens because it first has to update the display string word wrap centered. Draw. So maybe called when text contents change. Modify text change. What is that? Use hard word wrap. This method automatically gets called from some methods in the display class so that we can write our own code here. Compute extends, text change. So let me put a breakpoint here. Modify text change. Set text. Let's see. I wonder. Word wrap. So I wonder what happens if we call modify text change manually before that. Yeah. I wonder if there's a way we can prevent this weird update. Like get it into like a better state before we draw it the first time. Because this issue we don't really see anywhere else, right? Like this is something. It still happens. Wow. I mean, draw. Okay, let me put a breakpoint in here. Let's step in there and see what happens. Like maybe what it should do is when it detects that it needs this update, that it first does this update and then it draws after it has done this update and not before. Right, so maybe there's some, to me it looks like there's some logical error here in this draw function. Okay, so blah, 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 set word wrap, 1600, okay. And then, let's see, draw, and let's go in there. So, font change, true, true. Okay, font changed. Font changed. If our font or text has changed, we need to build a new sentence. Okay. Build sentence. Okay. So we have built now a sentence. Fantastic. Font change false, blah, need new police, true. Okay, now what? Need new police. Text position. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Drop color, color, blah, blah, okay. Now what? Reset police. Draw the shadow. Draw sentence. Set location. Okay. Okay. And where did it do the centering? Render. Render the text. Let's step in there. Build textures. Okay. Okay. Okay, now what? Game client using resource. Okay. Now next frame. Now it goes in here again. Okay. Ah, shit. Oh, we stepped over there. Draw. Now font change. Oh, still true. Font change. Huh. Why? Build sentence. Why has this changed? Oh. Is it because we set the word wrap? No, it's false. Okay, something happened there. Something happened. Okay, I have no idea why it works the way it works. It's weird. Let me do a fresh step. So, because we have 3 of these texts, right? We're displaying 3 right now. Yeah, these are 3, right? So this is number 1. Next. Okay. And so now this is the second iteration, yeah? Let's see what happens now. False. Yeah. Ah, shit. False, yeah. And then render. Build textures. Okay. Okay, can we see where it does the centering? Hold on. Display string. So, how does it use this word wrap shit here? Set word wrap. Let's see that. Aha, text render. Set wrapping width. Notify text change. Notify text. Set wrapping width. Set wrapping width. Okay. Notify text changed. Set word. Wrap width. How is this used? Build sentence. Centered. Hard word wrap. Oh boy. Build sentence. Build sentence centered. Hmm. Hmm. True. With. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, right now I don't see how this update exactly happens. Here it will build the sentence. Or here. Here. Yeah. And then okay, let's step in there. How about we do that? Let's start again. Man. Oh, everything's bugged here. Hmm. Hmm. Very strange. Very, very strange. Yeah. So when we set the word wrap here, 1600, it will do a notify text changed. Okay. Set use hard wrap. Hard word wrap. Oh. Now what? Draw. So font changed and text changed. Great. We don't use a hotkey. So build sentence. Oh boy. There we go. Text. Yep. Font. Yep. So we are centered. Yeah. And the width is larger than 0. Yeah. And we have a text. If it starts with a N, it's centered. Huh. Oh, that's interesting rule. Okay, so build sentence centered. Build sentence not centered. Extend. Good. Now what? Cursor. Blah. Okay. Allocate surface. Okay. Now what? Width. Blah. Okay. Blah. Ah. Could it be? Let me go up here a bit. Get size. What does this return? Text. W. I'm not sure. Not sure what to make of that. Okay, right now I don't know what I'm looking at here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's assume that this all works. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So that was I1 and the text was this 237. 237. Okay. 237. The position is the same. I don't know. Is it an error here in this class, or is it an error with our code? I'm not sure. Not sure. Draw. What happens if we would do like that won't work. Yeah, what would happen if, let's say we do a time get time. I just want to flip like, I just want to flip it. Yeah. I don't know if that's effective. I just want to see if we update the set word wrap, does it then also flicker like the text position left and right or not? Oh boy. No, it still does it. Only once. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I have not, I can't recall if this happens anywhere else in the game. I have never seen this behavior. Does this only happen with this wrap centered? Maybe. Let's take this out. Let's remove this here again. Still, I have the impression there's some bug in here, but what would that be? I don't understand. We seem to be close, but we're not quite there. Some bug. So, screen W, yep. Height chunk 60, okay. 60, blah, blah. W array. Hmm. 1200. XY. XY 237. Interesting. I would like to see the following. Let me add a test counter here. Static int test counter 0. Then here we do if plus plus this is smaller than so we have 30. Let's do let's do 60 2 seconds. And size I is 1. Then we break, and then we do the same 120 for 2. Yeah. So basically we delay the text 2 and 3 by 2 seconds each. Yeah, so they pop in with delays. Okay, let's take a look at that. Ugh, didn't mean to do that. Let's try again. Let's do plus plus test count. There we go. So, okay, it happens as you were able to see the bottom text. It came in. Yeah. I have the feeling that the centering doesn't really work, does it? At the bottom. It's weird, really weird. So it looks like it always requires 1-2 frames updates first. So probably draw. That's really upsetting. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Let's do unsigned bytes. So back goes fade in, fade out. Do we need a fade out? Wait until. Wait until MS. So fade in. Then here we do while. Wait. Frame pacer. Frame pacer. Common. Get update FPS, get updates, update time. Maybe we do real, fade in. Fade in. Fade in. Time. Then here we do box. How about we do real? We just say frame time. Frame time. Just time. M time. Okay. And here we say max M time. So we make it an int, and we clamp it max 255. Max. Can we do SD max? Not sure. So M time and 255 max. M time, yeah. Okay, and then we probably need a scalar. I don't know. Probably times 255. So it takes 1 second to blend in. Maybe times 2. Half a second. Maybe let's try 1 second. Okay, so basically first frame we should now not see. Second frame, then a little bit of transparency, and then over 1 second it should fade in, right? Yeah. Yeah. Nope. Oh. Oh. Okay. I'm not sure what's going on here. M time. Oh. M time max. What? Huh? Max M time. Oh, max. Oh, min. Oh, retardation again. God damn it. Okay, that works. Okay, so we have a slow fade in. Maybe we can speed it up a bit, times 2. And then times 2, and then do we need a fade out? I don't know. Okay, so basically this masks the weird text problem that we're seeing, which I don't know why it happens, but if we can hide it, I guess it's good enough. Not very satisfying though. Okay. So now there should be a very quick fade in. Yep. And let's remove this here. Okay, so we show it for, I don't know, 4 seconds, maybe less, 3 seconds. Well, we did save some seconds from the EA logo, right? So we don't prolong the boot up that long. I don't know, the original, let me see, before we change this, what was it again? It was this one, right? So originally it had here this 5,000 and then 3,000. So how long is this EA logo? Let me ask. How long is the EA logo movie? Actually, we can probably check it ourselves, right? Generals, English, 0 hour, data, movies, no? Generals, data, movies. No? Did we delete it? No, we can't. Data, movies. English, movies. Ah, it's in English. Oh. Oh, okay. Let's see how long it is. 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Okay, so it's 3 seconds, and then, and then we waited here 5,000 milliseconds. So that's the duration of the movie. So it looks like it would wait up to 5 seconds longer originally. Yeah. So even if we do now our logo for 3 seconds, then it will be 3 seconds plus 1 second plus 3 seconds plus 1 second to the sizzle movie. So it will be the same length now if we do 3. Same as original. So we don't steal any time. We just show a custom. Yeah, I think that's presentable. Yeah. Let's see that again. Maybe we should rearrange the things a little bit. No, I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it looks good. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see that again. Very simplistic. Very simplistic. Yeah. Okay. Now it is a bit short, so someone would have to see it many, many times to actually read all of it. But I think that's not the point. I think as long as they see like Super Hackers and the GitHub link, I think that's good enough. They don't need to see. They're not expected to read all the names, right? Let me launch. Can we try to launch both games side by side? Oof, it would be difficult, right? Yeah. So let's just look at the original. So it would launch the video, and now it waits, black screen for 5 seconds or so, and then we start the video. Yeah. Yeah. And here we have video. Yeah. I wonder if we should shorten the wait time. This one. Maybe we should make this just 500. Yeah. Because it seems a bit long. The time between the end of the EA logo and then when our logo starts, it seems a bit long. So maybe we can do that. Hmm. Hmm. I think that's good. Let's look at it again. Timing seemed to be fine. Mm-hmm. EA Games, challenge everything. Yep. Yep. Okay. I think it's not bad. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It seems a bit fast after it. Maybe let's change it to 800. 800 milliseconds. It seems a bit fast. Right? Mm-hmm. 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 No, I didn't pay attention. Let me look at that again. Yeah, games. Mm-hmm. Now there is a problem with the clock there. Hold on. It shows a clock in the intro. Hold on. So here we see the clock. And there's here as well. And then here's gone. Why do we see the clock? Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay, well, that's a different concern, I guess. So are we happy with the font, or let's look at the font one more time. So yeah. Cascadia code. Cascadia code. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. github.com/superhackers. Okay. Mhm. 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 Yeah, I think this looks fine. Take a screenshot here. Let's take a screen grab like this. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. 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 Okay. Maybe we should have a small fade out. It seems a bit abrupt. How would we implement that? So fade in was easy. Fade out. Fade out. How do we do that? Would have to do fade in, fade out. I think the way we do it is we set here fade in 0, fade out 255. Yeah, fade out. Then we do min, and then here we do a plus. Fade in. Fade in. Fade in. No, how about we do... How about we do 255 times min fade in 1.0f, and then times max fade out 0.0f. Yeah. Okay. 255 times this. Fade in. Yeah. And then, so this will be 0f, and then cast this to integer. Let's see, let's say const real alpha like that, and then here we do integer alpha. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and then we say here then we can remove this times 2, and then we say fade in here, and we say if wait until ms is smaller than time get time, let's say if time get time plus 500 is smaller than this, larger than this, then we have if we just keep the fade in, and then here fade out, and then minus equal this. Let me do real fade time is this const fade time. There we go, minus equal fade time. There we go. Yeah, fade out. Could also fade in, fade out 1. Fade in, fade out, fade in, fade 0. Yeah. I don't know if that's clever. Maybe we can have just one guy here. Yeah, maybe we can just do a clamp 0.0f, and we just call it real fade in out. Okay. Fade 0.0f. Fade value. Okay. Fade value. Okay. And then here we do this. Let's do if fade value say if that is else if fade fade value is smaller than 1.0f, yeah, fade value plus equal fade time. Let's do it like this. Yeah, fade value. And then we say if fade value is larger than 1.0f, then we clamp it. 1.0f. And then that should work, I think. Then here we say if it's larger than 0. It's larger than 0. Yeah, if it's larger than 0, then we do that. And if it is smaller than 0, then we clamp it also to 0. Yeah. Okay, I think that's good. Let's see if that works. So then we do here fade value. There we go. Okay. If we didn't make a mistake, then the fade in and fade out should now work equally. Maybe we make the fade out a bit faster, times 4. No, that's a fade in. Hold on. This is fade out, fade in. Okay, and then we do this one faster. Let's do it here, 250 milliseconds. Okay, let's see if that works. Oh, hold on. Fade value 0.0f. There we go. Blah. Okay. Good. So it should fade in and then quickly fade out. Yeah. Yeah. That worked. Let's see that again. The fade out looked a bit stuttery, didn't it? Maybe. The fade in looks good to me. The fade out also looks good. Maybe it's a bit slow. Maybe the fade out should be more snappy, so that you almost don't see it. Just really fast. But not so that it looks instant. Just really fast. Yeah. It already looks pretty good. Let's try times 8, and then there's 125. Yeah. So const expr const int unsigned int fade ms fade out ms 125. And then this one should be 1000 divided by 125, which is then 8, right? Mm-hmm. Let's see. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks good. It's nice and fast and snappy. I like that. Let's look at it again. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. EA logo is also fast and snappy. This one is fast and snappy, and this one. Okay, I like it. It looks good. Yeah. Maybe maybe the text is a bit too big where we put there. Let me look at the text. Mm. Yeah. Seems a bit big. How does it look in different resolutions? Let's try 800 by 600, yeah? Let's restart the game. Let's do it a bit longer so we can judge it a bit longer. Let's do time 3, 9 seconds. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oof. Mm-hmm. Okay. It looks quite big. It looks really quite a bit big there. Let me see that again. We need to reduce those fonts a bit. Seems excessive. Yeah. Very excessive. Yeah. How about we... Maybe we make this 15. The names. Not sure. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see how that looks on this full HD. Yeah, I'm not sure what the best tweakings are. Let's do it a bit longer, 4 seconds, 12 seconds. Let's do longer. I need to look at this a bit further. Let's do more. Yeah. Yeah. I would say we put this to 9, 5, 9, 12. 5, 9, 12. Yeah, and then I think the player names seem a bit big. How about we reduce them to 18? 18, and but the URL needs to be a bit larger, like 25 maybe, like that. I think that might be better. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Yeah. I think that's not bad. Now, what looks a bit surprising to me is that the titles look centered, but then the player names don't look centered, right? Yeah, but yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure about the player names. That looks weird. Hold on. The player names look weird. Maybe because of this here. Yeah. It looks to me the player names are not properly centered at the bottom, right? There's something's wrong there. So we do center them here. Yeah. Yeah, set word wrap. Well, it kind of makes sense. We can make a test. Instead of putting these here, let's do a test and just put A A, yeah, like this, really long. So if this now looks properly centered, then everything is correct. It's just that the names, the player names, they don't perfectly, you know, wrap at the right side because they don't have the perfect length to accommodate that. I think that's the issue, which is not really an issue. It's just like visually, yeah. Let's see. Oh no. Huh. Okay, that is unexpected. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay. That is unexpected. Yeah. Interesting. So let's say we put here screen W on. How does that look then? Okay, that's weird. Huh. Set word wrap text width. Interesting. Okay, that is unexpected. Like, why is it not centered? Why is it not centered? The bottom text. I don't understand. The other text looks centered, right? More or less. Yeah. I don't know. Do we have any idea how? Why? Weird. Set word wrap. Text width. I don't know. Screen W array. There must be a reason for this behavior. I would have expected now that the AA goes up to the very edge of the screen, but it somehow ends at like a 3/4 or so. Why? Why is it doing that? I don't understand. Okay, how about we take a break here? It has been almost 3 hours. It's still not done. I'm so slow. Oh, it's okay. Good. Yeah, so for some reason it doesn't show correctly at the bottom, but maybe we can figure it out. Something is weird. Could be a bug in the system of the text renderer, or we're doing something. It's more likely that we do something wrong here, I would say. But again, it's not obvious to me what that is. What do we do wrong? I don't know. We. Hmm. 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 I will take a break. Maybe next session we'll figure it out. All right. I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.